I am completely changing my planning style for 1 week. As you saw in my video on managing multiple planners, I am a big proponent of using more than one planner to keep track of all of my life categories. And if you haven't seen that video yet, I will leave the link in the description below. Stacia Brown requested to see a video using just one planner for work and life. So this is my challenge: home, work, faith, social media, health/fitness, meal planning. I'm challenging myself to take these 6 categories and whittling them down into this single teacher planner for 1 week. And there were several things that I had to keep in mind. This planner is going to have to go back and forth with me from work to home because it's housing all 6 categories of my life. I needed protection for that planner, so I'm going to keep it in this Happy Planner cover. My strategy is breaking down my planning into the essentials without sacrificing any of the functionality that the 6 planners provide. First, I generated a list. What do I absolutely want or need to track in my planner? For example, my essentials for home were tracking my scheduled tasks like appointments, meetings, and events, and my home to-dos like cleaning the house, taking care of my hamster Oliver, and my grandpa. Then I grouped the essentials into categories. At work, my meetings, events, and experiments needed to be allocated to a scheduled section, while my data analysis, management, and other tasks fell into a work to-do category. For social media, I could group editing, recording, and filming tasks into a social media to-do section. But I decided that my posting and filming schedule for social media could be tracked on my monthly spread. I also decided to use the monthly spread for my scheduled home tasks and work tasks as a reference before I transferred them to the weekly. I decided to use a color coding system to help me distinguish between the different categories. For example, I have trainings for work in blue and lab meetings in lavender. Another thing to keep in mind is that this teacher planner is only dated Monday through Friday, but I need to use it Monday through Sunday. So I saw this idea by At Home with Kita, and I'll link her video down below because I love her channel. There are 7 categories up here, so if I transfer these dates by making my own stickers, I can have the dates at the top and I have my life categories on the side. The 5 categories that I ended up choosing for the 5 rows were scheduled, home, social media, faith, and health/fitness. I'm using the column on the left to label what each of these categories are, and I'm labeling the dates in the top row. My first category is scheduled. I'm using these box stickers to denote each meeting, appointment, and event I have scheduled both at work and outside of work. In the home section, I use stickers that say top 3 on them to denote the top 3 priority tasks for each day for home-related tasks. Then the remaining to-do items will go beneath that. The next row is dedicated to social media to-do items. The faith category comes next. I decided to use this for tracking whether or not I've done my daily devotional and to write down a prayer of gratitude, which I'll write in these purple boxes. Finally, I have my health/fitness category. At the very bottom in the rounded square stickers, I will track my workouts. Now I'm just going to plan like I normally do, where I start with the fixed scheduled tasks, which you can see I've already written in the top row. Then I move on to my flexible tasks. For meal planning this week, I'm going to have to write down the book and the page number the recipe is on, since I'm not allowing myself to use my meal planner this week, which has the recipes written in it. These workout stickers help to denote whether I'm planning to do a strength or cardio workout each day. Now I need to take care of my work to-do tasks because there is not enough room on the weekly itself. So I'm adding an insert. I'm cutting off the top of the insert so I will be able to see my work scheduled items. Each column is labeled with a weekday and the corresponding date. What I like about these inserts is that they not only provide much more space for writing down my tasks, but it also allows for privacy at work because I do keep my work planner open on my desk to the current week, meaning anyone can see what is written down. You'll see that when the inserts are placed in the planner, they actually cover up all of the other categories that are not work related. My biggest concerns for this week are forgetting to bring my planner with me to work because I'm not used to it, and running out of space to write everything I need to get done down. On Monday, I ended up running out of space for home-related tasks that came up unexpectedly. And I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to remember what I had to get done without being able to write it down in my planner. On Tuesday, we realized that we had forgotten to thaw the chicken because I normally use a thaw sticker in my meal planner to remind me, and I didn't account for that this week. Luckily though, we had made extra ropa vieja that Sunday, so instead of freezing that as a backup meal, we were able to have it for dinner that night. So I thawed the chicken Tuesday night, and we had the chicken shawarma the following night. I just wanted to give you a quick update on how this is working for me. So I, in the beginning, was a little annoyed having to carry this back and forth to work and worrying about forgetting it, but today's day 3 and I have gotten used to it. It's not really a problem. The issue though has been not having enough space for my home tasks because there are always tasks for me that come up unexpectedly. So what I decided to do was take this little piece of scrapbook paper and I glued it on here and bent it so that it covers up the other tasks, and then I put a sticker on here and wrote down the additional tasks, and I added a little glue dot so it stays in place and it's not going to rip the paper. What I really like about this so far is everything is in the same place. I only need one planner, and so I don't have to worry about flipping through multiple planners, and I can see my progress for the day all at the same time, which I really enjoy. It's really simplifying things for me. I also am using this sheet over here for my running work tasks. And there's also this blank section that I think I'm going to use to jot down some notes for the week. But you can see that a lot of tasks have popped up since I planned out my week. This is just how my job works. And it's really helpful to have all of this space to write down those tasks. So I'm really glad that I added these extra sheets in here, as opposed to trying to fit it into a little square on here. There's no way that would have worked for me. By Friday, it had begun bothering me that I didn't have a place to write down my strength exercises. I wanted to know for reference purposes how many sets and reps I was doing for each exercise. So I used the checklist section in the back of the teacher planner to track this. My takeaway from this is that being willing to change out my planning system can open the door to systems that may work better for me, and I plan to incorporate some of the things I learned this week when I start in my new planners in January. By identifying my priorities and putting all of my life categories into one planner, I was really able to simplify my planning system. But there were some things I began to miss by the end of the week, like taking notes on Bible verses. I didn't have enough space to do that. Life is constantly changing, so maybe in this season of my life, one planner isn't for me, but maybe in the future it will be for me. And maybe one planner is for you in the season you are living out right now. As life progresses, I think it can be useful to modify how we plan in order to both simplify and optimize our planning systems. In this way, we can free up our time to focus on the things that matter most to us in life and to live lives that we find even more fulfilling and meaningful. I really hope that you enjoyed this challenge, and if you did, please share it with anyone who you think may benefit from these ideas. And I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!
We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Baby,